I'm Dr. Natalie Phillips, host of Just Connect, a show where we chat about connections through social media, learning opportunities, and through the people we meet every day. Join me every Wednesday on Facebook Live at 5:30 p.m. Mountain Standard Time. I am an audiologist, a business owner, an entrepreneur, and a connector. This life is about connecting for the right reasons and to the right people. I believe making authentic and true connections lead to growth, change, and impacting the world. All right. Hello, everyone. Hello. Boy, we are back on the air. I have been without my Wi-Fi and it has been crazy. I've had to take kids to get homework done out at restaurants or libraries or, places to eat and make sure that they get everything done. Oh my gosh. So I'm so glad to be here. I'm back home. I have my Wi-Fi. Everything is all good. Everything's all kosher. So anyway, okay. So I just wanted to recap what went on this weekend. And if you haven't seen a lot of what went on, oh my goodness, I've got to get you caught up. It was incredible. It was an epic, to me, it was an epic, 24 hours of my life. I was in Boston and I was speaking at an audiology conference. And I got a message from Glenn Lundy, who is the creator and started a group called #RiseAndGrind. And so he is an incredible influencer and leader, and he had gathered 52 or maybe about like 55 people together, and we spent 26 hours or so just pouring into this organization and just educating everybody. And I see Angie is here. Yes, it was so epic. There was passion. There was tears. There were anger. There was love. But all in all, there was hope and faith, humanity, and miracles. And so I am so excited to be here. I just can't stop talking about it. I went back to work on Monday and I was exhausted. And I literally talked my patients' ears off about what we did. And it was incredible. I posted this quote on my feed today, if you guys didn't see it. And it says, "Where there is hope, there is faith. Where there is faith, miracles happen." And I really do believe anybody that was there, that was part of it, that was watching, that shared, that donated, I really think a huge miracle happened. Hello, my friend Reg. It's good to see you here. So I wanted to just recap I just feel like this conversation shouldn't end. And so I wanted to see if I could get this video for you guys to watch, because I really wanted you guys to watch this. And I think I played around with it to see if I could do it. So let's see if I can do it. Okay, hold on. I'm going to share my screen. I sure as heck hope this works. Okay. Watch this.
Facebook Live-a-Thon this weekend. And before the Live-a-Thon, before we did it, I talked to a lady named Lacey and her husband Daniel. And before the Live-a-Thon, these two had almost, not quite, but they had almost lost hope. You see, Lacey and Daniel own an organization called Rescue One Global, where they are battling sex trafficking, human sex trafficking, all around the world. And they're battling an industry, we're talking about a $150 billion industry. Basically, think of it this way. The human sex trafficking industry is larger than the NFL. $150 billion a year industry, and you've got this small organization, Rescue One Global, and these incredible human beings who feel compelled to go out there and save lives, one at a time, to pull one girl, one victim out of the industry. And they had almost lost hope. They had run short on funds. They knew that there was a grant that they could potentially get, but they had to raise $100,000 by October 1st in order to receive the grant. In order to receive the grant, they had to raise $100,000 by October 1st, and they had never done anything like that. They had never done any real fundraising. They hadn't made that kind of money, and Lacey told me that they had pretty much, not quite, but their morale was low. The morale was low on their team. It was a small team of people up against the big, bad, evil giant that is human sex trafficking. And she laid her head down, she prayed, and she wept because she believed that there was no way, there was absolutely no way it was going to happen. And then she says that in that moment where she felt like all hope was lost, her team had lost morale, she thought maybe their mission was over. She says in that moment she received a phone call. She received a phone call, and it was me informing her that we were getting ready to do this Facebook Live-a-Thon, and that we were going to do everything in our power, that we were going to pull together leaders and champions and our group, and we were going to pull people together from all around the world in a very unique and special way. And I told her that, Lacey, Daniel, we are going to raise $100,000 for you in 24 hours. And she had hope. And she lit up. And before the Facebook Live-a-thon, she messaged me that she wasn't able to sleep. She wasn't able to sleep at all because she was finally hopeful that maybe, just maybe, this would be the thing that would change the course of history for her organization. And then we all converged this weekend, you, me, all of our friends, our family members, we converged this weekend, and the posts went up, and we had the Facebook Live-a-thon, and we started picking up steam, and everybody was hitting the share button, and everybody was commenting, and all the hosts were including talent and music and entertaining and sharing their stories and sharing the information and bringing a recognition, putting eyeballs on this place called Rescue One Global, this small organization that no one had necessarily heard about. I shouldn't say no one, but not we, most of us, had never heard about more than a month ago. We had never heard about this industry of 40 million people that are currently enslaved. We had never heard about this industry that is doing $150 billion a year. And so after the Facebook Live-a-thon, where we raised $100,000 in 24 hours, ultimately giving $400,000 to this incredible organization, I talked to Lacey and Daniel, and she told me that on Sunday, after it was all said and done, she couldn't get her staff to leave. She said that she couldn't get her staff to leave. They were sitting around in a circle, and they were talking about all of the things that they were going to be able to do. They were talking about the women I keep saying women, there's men also, but they were talking about the victims they were going to be able to save, the houses they were going to be able to build, the missions they were going to be able to go on, the lives that were going to be changed. And as they sat around talking and having these visions and these dreams of all the things that they could now do, finally Lacey had to tell them, guys, I love you, and I'm excited with you, but I'm tired, and we haven't slept, and I need to go home. But her team had hope. They were so motivated to do all the things that they could do. You see, hope is the most powerful motivator in the universe. Understand that? Hope is the most powerful motivator in the universe.
Let's see if I can get back on here, and there I am. Oh my gosh. So anyway, I was hoping that was working, and I was hoping you guys could see that because it was such a great video that Mr. Glenn Lundy put together. He had some people put that together about what we did, and it was just so incredible. I kind of want to still keep talking about this. You know, listen, I have served missions overseas. You know, I've served in India. I have served in Peru. I have served in Guyana. I have served in Mexico. I have served here in the United States. And every time I do a mission, there's just something about serving together for the greater good that it instantly bonds you with people that you served with in a way that I can't explain. And the reason why I want to talk about this is because I come from, like, my whole thing, the thing that makes me excited to talk about is this thing about connection. I believe that we can connect one-on-one and in person, but I also believe we have the impact to connect to each other, even online, if we do it right. And so this was different. I served with people in the trenches, but this was so different. I was behind a computer. All I had to do was say yes. I was on my phone. I was using nothing but free technology. Right where I was, all I had to do was answer the call. And what happened was about 52 to 55 people answered the call from around the world. And I looked, and every one of our videos, almost every one of our videos, had about 1,000 views on each of our videos, on each of our pages that we went to try to reach people that we could. And that means if there were 52 to 55 people that were doing live videos, listen, you guys, over 1,000 views, that's 55,000 people that watched what we were doing, all coming from where we were. We didn't have to move. All we had to do was give up 30 minutes and then some, just to kind of support each other. And that 55,000 views or more, right, turned into what we were able to do was raise over $100,000 in 24 hours. And so it was so incredible for me to just sit back and think, oh my gosh, have I ever sat back and looked at my last 24 hours and knew what I did? Or was I just going through the motions of my daily routine? That changed my life to look into what I'm doing on a daily basis. And that over $115,000 immediately turned into $415,000 that we were able to get for Rescue One Global. And so I wanted to talk about 5 things that I learned in a short 24-hour period of my life. So number 1, what I learned was social media can be used for good. I know that there's a lot of people out there that just kind of scroll through their social media, and there's a lot of negative things that are out there. There's a lot of things that make us frustrated. There's a lot of things that, we just are like, I just have to turn it off. I just have to leave. And I totally get that. But this epic event made me just believe in that humanity, that social media, what we can do with technology, can be used for good. So that's the first thing I learned. The second thing I learned is that people can work together no matter if you are in person or online for a common cause. If you truly believe that you can. And this was incredible. We had 55 believers that knew that we could make an impact. And so people can come together, whether you're in person or whether you're online, to make an impact, to work for a common cause, to serve for a common cause, if you truly believe that you can. That's the second thing I learned. The third thing I learned is I sat back and I watched a lot of people go live, and everyone had such a different take and just how they connected to what we were talking about, and gave up of themselves, gave up of some of their services. And I talked to a girlfriend after, and I said, did you see how interesting that was? Was that, not only was it impactful for the people that we were hopefully touching, but it was impactful for me to watch all the other people talking about it and watching their passion and giving up their services so freely and believing in what they did. It was about confidence. It was about confidence that said, not only do I support this cause, but I want to serve even further and give what I can do, what I can uniquely do to get you to donate more, or to get you to connect like how I'm connecting to this cause right now. So I learned about confidence, and I learned about selling, yourself, or giving yourself or your services, I should say, away to benefit a greater cause. The fourth thing I learned is that I learned that I just learned something that I didn't know much about that happened to be affecting the whole entire world, that we cannot turn our eyes away. You know, I've heard about human trafficking. I've watched the movies about human trafficking. You know, I know people who fight. I have lawyers, you know, that I know here that fight for human trafficking, whether it's labor trafficking or sex trafficking. And it's one of those things that we cannot turn a blind eye. We have to educate each other. We have to beat this. We have to continue to have the conversation. So whether I have to come on all the time and just kind of remind people every so often about this is a huge deal that is affecting our entire world. And I truly believe that we have to continue to have these conversations. Share this out. Share any one of those other videos out. I was going to put a link here in the comments so that you are able to go back and look at some of the people who were able to talk and share. And you can go to this link right here that I'm putting up in the comments to see who was on there. And even if you're not friends with them on Facebook, you will be able to see their live video. I'm also going to put up another link right here, which is the Rescue One Global link if you want to learn a little bit more about what they do. Okay, so that's the fourth thing that I learned. The fifth thing and the last thing that I learned, which I'm far from learning, I know that for sure. But the fifth thing that I did learn from just this 24-hour period was that I learned that although I'm just one person, I can make an impact if I try. So those of you sitting back thinking, oh my gosh, you know, I'm only one person, or I don't know if I can do this. You can. Oh my gosh, you can. You are one person, but if you don't do something, then it doesn't get done. So you can reach your people. You can reach your audience. You can do what you can if you try. So that's one of the things that I really wanted to push out there was that even though you're one person, you can still make an impact if you believe and if you try. You see, if you were watching along with that 24-hour period, or the 26 hours, I should say, that we really did, what you didn't see was the support from these 55 people behind the scenes for each one of us. We had a message board going on just with people, and some of the people that I have never met before, that were offering moral support, emotional support, technology support, knowledge and education support. We were feeding each other facts so that we could be better and add to what we were adding to this 26-hour period. They were offering financial and service support for Rescue One Global and for each other. And so this mission for me, I have been on missions, but this mission to me will go down in history for me because it truly validated, especially someone like me who's in the business that surrounds the notion of connection, that no matter the situation, no matter the distance between two people or 55,000 people who saw these videos, who viewed any one of these videos on one of our feeds, that no matter the distance, no matter the situation, connection occurs when you provide selfless acts of kindness for other people. So my challenge, my questions to you, for you to think about are, do you live your life daily without remembering anything impactful that you were exposed to? And are you on such a routine that you just let life pass you by? These are some of the questions that I asked myself after this. Like, that was a 24 to 26 hour period, and I was so in tune to what was going on. But have I ever stopped to even spend 5 minutes looking back at, like, what did I do today? And did something that I do, was it out of the ordinary? Was there something that I could have made an impact for? So I want you to focus on that. And if you were given the gift to be aware and open for 24 hours, like I was given this gift by Glenn Lundy. I was given this gift by the Rise and Grind family. I was given this gift to help support Rescue One Global. What would you learn about your life if you were given this gift to just be freely open and to see what's going on in that 24 to 26 hours of your life? So my good friend Marcus Stone says we all have the same 24 hours in a day. What will you do with your 24 hours? So with that, I want to leave you. Thank you guys so much for joining. Please share this out. Please keep the conversation going. Thank you so much. I will see you next week, Wednesday at 5:30 p.m. Mountain Standard Time on Just Connect. And I hope you all have a great week. All right, bye.